皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today, guys, this is another story about Iaido, actually. And it's also something that I have personally been struggling with a lot too. And it would be great if you could share your opinions with me and let me know what you think about this topic, because I don't have a clear conclusion. The thing that it is, what should I say, what I'm having a difficult time trying to wrap my head around is something that I was talking with my sensei the other day, my Iaido sensei. Not the Yushinkan, by the way, not the second Ryuha, the first Ryuha sensei. The other podcast I made the other day was about him teaching me koryu, the traditional style kata or not. And so I took part in an Iaido tournament recently. It was a competition basically to compete who has better skills in doing the kata. And unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic after it, the competition time has been really been shortened. Until then, it was always two people doing kata at once and competing who will win. It was like red or white flag kind of stuff. And if that person wins, he goes up to next match and just keeps on going like that. But after COVID pandemic, in order to shorten the time of the tournament, the people who compete at once became 5 people at once. So I belong to the second dan competition, right? Yeah, second dan in the Iaido rank. And we compete with 5 people at once. And also in the past, actually the people who are students who are in part of Iaido club teams, and also people who are already graduated from college, were separated. Yeah, because college students have all the time they want to do Iaido or their club activities. It could be sports, it could be anything, but they have a lot more time than people who are already working, who are older, right? So the competitions were separated, but right now it's actually all smushed together, and also there's 5 people competing at once. So every time the people who fights, it's usually the students who win up. So like for example, the tournament that I took part in recently, just about 3 days, sorry, from the time of the recording, I took part in it, and there were 80 people who took part, but only out of 80 people, only 8 people will be able to move up to the second match. So it's really difficult, and about 90% of the people participating are students. Yeah. So there are hardly any, well, I guess, college students are already adults, but, you get what I mean, right? People who have already graduated college. I think I was probably the youngest among the people who have already graduated. Yeah, I saw people in their 40s, 50s, even more too, like 80s and such. But us were just like probably, I don't know, maybe 5-6 people. Yeah, and all of the other 74 or 5 around there were students. And again, in the end, all the 8 people who were chosen were obviously students. They're young, they are strong, they are really good too. Yeah. And so I do always try to take part in the tournaments, and I don't want to complain, make an excuse, saying that, well, it's really not that fair. Well, I guess I would say so, because in the past, the tournaments were separated, and I think that would have been a little bit more fair. I mean, raising kids, having a job, and also trying to find time to practice, and students who usually might have a part-time job but have almost trained every single day, the environment is completely different, right? And also regarding the age and everything, it would have been a little bit more nicer, kinder if the people who are running the tournaments could think of a different way. But anyways, I still do love taking part in it, because it's really a great timing for me to try to do the kata under some pressure, being a little bit nervous, but trying to be able to do the skills like usual. So it's a really good experience for me. But the point that I always think about, I guess, not struggle specifically, but I guess I tend to mull around with, is the fact that my sensei always says that the Iaido tournaments, he always tells me, Shogo, you don't have to win. You don't have to win. No, it's not like Kendo. Kendo is, the rules are much more clear. You use your shinai, the bamboo sword, to attack the opponents. It's the face, it could be the hands, it could be the body, so on and so forth. And if you hit it, you get a point, right? Basically, it's really easy. You have 4 or 5 judges watching around you, and they let you know if you got that point or not. It's really clear, right? Who is better, who's not. But Iaido, because it's all about kata, it's the fixed movements that you do by yourself. It's basically really up to the judges if they liked it or not. Because of course you do need to be able to do all the movements that are required. Like, is your sword at this height? Is your eyes facing this way? And that, so on and so forth. But everyone, if you've been practicing for a while, and if you're going to be taking part in a tournament, you basically would be able to do at least the minimum required points. But then where will the other judgment points be, right? It's really up to the speed. It could be up to the atmosphere the person creates, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and in the end, it's really up to if the judge likes it or not. It's like, I don't know. It could be like figure skating, or maybe it could be dancing tournaments. These are all up to the values, basically, of the judges, right? Yeah, and my sensei was a little bit, he was complaining that recently, because there are more and more younger, there are more people who have been training Iaido from a younger age, and there are people in their 7th dan, 8th dan, which is the highest, 7th, 8th dan, really, really high ranks when they're still in their, for example, 30s. I think there's one sensei who is still in his late 30s, but is already 8th dan, which is really incredible. That means he's been training from a really, really young age, maybe from when he was in elementary school, I believe. He or she, I've never met the sensei before. But anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of younger sensei now. And I personally think that is a good thing in order to, preserve the culture and everything. But because these younger sensei tend to be the people who used to train in the Iaido club teams of the universities, they tend to cherish the really fast, the students are, because they're young, they really focus on the speed and power of the kata. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say here, and they basically, my sensei says that they lack elegance, I guess, in their kata, because Iaido, again, is about seeking peace, right? Making yourself stronger so you don't have to fight with anyone. So in the end, you really need to have a heart where you care about the other person, where you really wish that this battle wouldn't start in the first place, and you would want to not kill the opponent if you can. That's a true message of Iaido. But if you watch students do it, if you see them doing it, you would think, wow, their skills are amazing. But does it actually carry on or reflect the mind, the ideal of Iaido? I personally would say it's probably a no, to be honest. I understand that. But also, at the same time, him saying that, Shogo, you don't have to win, basically you can't win, because there are younger sensei who judge those students, who just want to, focus on speed and power, and there's a lot of sensei who see those as correct. The Iaido world right now is basically, facing the wrong way kind of thing. This is the part that I really, really struggle right now, because in the past, I completely 100% agreed with them, But through all of my training and all the other things like tea ceremony, no theater, and shakuhachi, also my new ryuha and everything, to be honest, I really feel that it's skills first. I've been thinking recently. The people who can swing fast, swing strongly, or do the movements really precisely, for example, are the people who can, establish a strong mind, I think. Because if you didn't need skills to have a strong mind or build up a strong mind, or the mindset that Iaido wants to nurture, then you don't have to learn the skills, right? If that makes sense. Because if you don't have to learn the skills and you will be able to obtain the mindsets, what is Iaido for, right? So I think personally, of course, we shouldn't say that the Iaido kata that the students are doing is like the ultimate form of Iaido. That I would not say is a good thing to say. But should we deny their kata or their skills? that would also be a no, because they are really good. It is a fact that speed, power, and their atmosphere that they create of let's do this kind of thing, the young power is also important too. And those are the people who are going to be carrying all the culture in the future, right? So I don't want to deny their skills, and their mindsets, their attitude towards Iaido. But at the same time, though, we need to, I guess, as a goal, going up to 7th, 8th dan, maybe we need to basically start to gradually change, and we will change as we get older, right? Going into our 40s, 50s, 60s, we will start to get a little bit softer, kinder, more gentle, I guess. When you're compared to when you're a teenager, you'll be able to be kinder to other people and so on and so forth. So it'll gradually change, but I really feel there's it's not just my sensei, by the way. There's a lot of people who say these things about Iaido, the younger generations they don't understand what truly Iaido is. It's all about speed. It's all about power, just for them. And I kind of understand, but again, that is also important too. That is a path that everyone should walk through. So it's not something that everyone should deny. And maybe it's the fact that those kind of people are the ones who win in tournaments. Maybe that's what everyone is complaining about. But still, again, if it's a tournament, then I guess the people who have more skills would be the people who win. But in the end, people who succeed in life is completely different, right? Just because you can swing a katana really quickly, really strongly, doesn't make you successful in life. That's different. So that I understand that we should separate, and nurture a mind to be a better person in life in the first place. But as Iaido, I think it's just simply okay to go and try to gain more speed or power. And eventually, as you experience that, you can become a better sensei, I think. So this is what I've been thinking about recently, how my mindset has changed recently towards Iaido. And again, it'd be great if you can let me know what you think in the comments. If you're training any martial arts, Budo martial arts, or maybe in Iaido, please let me know about your opinions. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. Is that an ambulance coming? So I really know that there's a lot of people outside of Japan studying Japanese, willing to come to Japan to study, travel, work, or even train our traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a better future. And to do that, the nearest goal I have right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on our main channel. So it'd be great if you can help us out by giving us extra likes and comments in our videos, which will help to boost our videos if new viewers have never seen our channel before. So it'd be great if you can help us out. Thank you so much. Alright, so then I'll be talking to you in the next podcast. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late to take my daughter to kindergarten, so I'll be heading over right away. Thanks so much, guys.